Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that helped me build up a sizable portfolio in about 2 years and now manage that portfolio. Today, guys, I want to talk about changing tenants. So tenant turnover, make ready, all that stuff, but specifically about some of the things in Texas that we have to do to meet the property code. One of those being changing locks. So, you know, I don't know how many turnovers y'all have done. If you're lucky, you do very few over the time you own a rental property. Maybe, once every 2-3 years, you get a tenant that stays in there. But in Texas, between those tenants, you have to, per the Texas property code, change the locks. So why did they make us do this? Damn government, damn property code just want money out of us. Well, it's a big safety issue. So if you guys are not changing your locks between tenants, I really didn't until I had a problem tenant and realized what a big issue it is when I first started. But now it's a liability thing. Think about if you have a tenant that vacates, you go in, start doing the make ready, have guys leave some tools at the property, and then they just use their key or they copied it to get back in. They could steal tools, they could damage the property even more than what they did before, if they did, or just get in there and hang out. It's a security thing there. That's one side. But then what happens when you have the new tenants move in? So you have the turnover, vacancy, and risk there with theft or, breaking and entering or whatever. And then you have the risk of when a new tenant moves in that you're going to have to, you could have a conflict there where they walk in and somebody's in the house because they have access. And then who's to blame for that? So changing locks is one of the biggest things, I think, between a tenant turnover. Obviously, we want to make the property look nice, and we have a lot around what the turnover entails. But one of those big things, and always, is safety. You want to have security, and you want to make sure that a tenant feels safe. So you need to be changing locks between tenants. If you're not, I can tell you, it's just going to be a matter of time before you start a turnover. And then somebody comes in and pays you a visit. And I mean the previous tenant or somebody might have been a tenant from a couple turns ago that come back. So it doesn't happen often, guys, but it's really just not worth the risk. It's $100, $200 to change the locks on a property, depending upon where it's at and how many locks you have to change. Around the changing locks theme and security, there's a couple other things that you have to have per the Texas property code. And I just want to make a note of that here because this comes up a lot with new owners. So one big thing is changing locks. We went over that. Every lock, exterior lock, has to be changed between tenants. But also, per the Texas property code now, currently in the time of this, which is April 2022, you have to have a keyless deadbolt. So what does that mean? Well, that means from the inside, you're able to lock and shut the deadbolt. And from the outside or the exterior of the property, there's no key. It's just a blank plate. So basically, somebody can be in the property, lock it, and nobody can access it, even if they have a key from outside. So all your exterior doors have to have a keyless deadbolt. Now, this code got updated a few years ago. So if you've had a tenant in there for 3 or 4 or 5 years, you probably don't meet Texas property code. Don't let them hear me say this, but it's not that big of a deal right now. Just when you turn the property, and I'm not a lawyer, so take that for what it's worth. If you have a break-in or something, you might have an issue. But what we're doing is all those old leases and all the old tenants, once they turn, then we're bringing it up to property code. So once a tenant vacates, we bring everything up, locks, keyless deadbolts. And one other big one is seeing eye holes. Those little peepholes, usually on the center of the door that you can look through and see who's there. You have to have some sort of visibility on all exterior doors. So this could be, if there's glass around the door, that's fine. It could be a peephole. Some of those have like the little nice picture window things on top. As long as you can see out it's not too frosted, that counts. And the reason behind that is you guys want to make sure that you can see who's outside before you unlock the door. So that was something that came up without keyless or without peepholes or some way to see. You open the door and boom, it's a burglar or somebody that's not supposed to be there. So That's the other big one. Now, something that this shouldn't even be discussed, I mean, it should be just a given, is security bars for sliding glass doors. That comes up a lot. Just make sure y'all have a security bar. And what does that mean? That means when you go to slide the door, there's a bar that comes down that won't let you actually open the sliding glass door. So that's another one that's a given. So to summarize, what did we talk about? Between tenants, the big thing is changing the locks. That's for security reasons. Keyless deadbolts, and this is all per the property code. Make sure you have seeing eye holes or some sort of visibility in all the exterior doors, and a security bar on any of the sliding glass doors. Now, one other thing that you want to note here is garage doors are considered garage doors are considered exterior doors. So anytime you need a keyless deadbolt, a peephole, and to change the locks, you have to do that for the garage doors as well. Now, I'm not talking about the garage door that goes up and down. I'm talking about the door to the garage. That is considered an exterior door of the property. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but the dog is drinking out of the toilet bowl. Lola! Never. We do these live. It never ceases to amaze me. So, the garage door is considered exterior part of the property. Oh, I love it. That, Lola! She loves, gotta stay hydrated. The garage door is considered exterior door. So you have your front door, back door, and garage door that's going to need to be rekeyed every single time and need to have keyless deadbolts and peepholes. So I hope that was helpful. Guys, if it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. I've got to go see what's going on with the dog, make sure she's not continuing to drink out of the toilet bowl. God knows what else is happening there. If this was helpful, share it with somebody. Give me a like or subscribe. It really helps us out. And otherwise, I'll see you all next week.